YouTube, what's going on? This preacher. So it is Sunday the 21st. I'm out here delivering to you know, delivered to Sam's Club. I had picked up 2 loads going from Niagara down to Miami. Uh, it's 80 miles. If you look at it, it's 80 miles one way, 80 miles back. Then I pick up another one, 80 miles one way, 80 miles back. I got those 2 loads for $400 each load, because I only stay like 30 miles away. So I was like, okay, cool. I can go ahead and do that. That's not a big deal. Make $800 today. Not even doing that many miles to make the $800. Only talking about a total about what 350 miles total, and that's with me. I'm sorry, 380 miles total, because it's a 30-mile ride back to my house as well. So I count all my miles from the time I leave my house to the time I get back to my house. That's what I count. Okay, I'm not sitting out here saying that, oh, it's $400 paying me, for 80 miles. No, I do all my miles. Okay, I do all my miles. Uh, every mile that this truck put on, I count inside the rate to make sure I'm getting a good, honest rate. Okay, just so I know I'm getting a good, honest rate. Because I know, even though I have a paid off truck, I try to make the most money for my truck as possible. And the only reason why I'm working on Sundays, if you look at my past videos, because I'm trying to recoup the money that I paid for getting my truck fixed, was $2,800. Plus, I was out for 12 days waiting on parts and everything to get the truck fixed throughout that time as well. So I'm trying to recoup that. And I'm going to be working on either Saturdays or Sundays, whichever more I can get the most amount of money and go the least amount of distance doing that. And because I still want to be home, then I still want to be home at a reasonable time. My next load picks up at 3 o'clock today, and then it don't deliver until 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to pick that load up at 3 o'clock, and then I'm going to head home with that. So I should be home by 5 o'clock today. That I should make it home. And then I start off my regular week again on Monday with that. So, but that's my little plan, picking up a load on Friday for about $400. And I said, $400? Yeah, I'm in Florida. It's Florida rates, okay? Where you stay at, your rates are totally different than the rates is in Florida. And if you've been trucking any long time and going anywhere, Florida rates suck. It is what it is. That's the hand I was dealt. That's what I have to play. Okay, at this poker table, I got to make it do, try to make it win with the hand and the cards that I was dealt. Okay, but my business is set up for Florida rates. That's how my business is set up. So even when I do get my sleeper truck, okay, and I go to the markets that I can make the $8,000 to $10,000 a week, my business plan is still based off of Florida rates. So that just would be more money in my pocket. I still plan on running the same amount of miles. So I still plan on running 2,800 miles. In this case, in the Florida market, I get anywhere between 5,300 to 5,700, depending on what's going on, what the brokers need. But the least amount I'm going to get is 5,300 in this Florida market. And like I said, home 5 nights a week, off Saturdays and Sundays. Make it at least $5,300, okay, which is perfectly fine for me. I have a paid off truck. Only doing about $1,200 in fuel, depending on how I drive. If I got to drive fast, then I burn a little bit more fuel if I got to drive fast. So it all depends on what I'm doing and things like that, and how I'm running. Because if I want to make a little bit more money, then I will run about 3,200 miles, just so I can have like a $6,500 week running those particular type of miles. So I did that at the beginning of January. I ran like 3,200 miles a week, but I was making like $6,700 doing that. But I had to run. I still was home at night, but I wasn't home during the day, and I had to do Saturday runs and things like that. But At that time, I had took off like the week and a half of Christmas, so I was trying to just pad up my money and stuff. And then the good thing I did, because I had wound up having to break down the beginning of February, that I had to put out $2,800, and I was down for 12 days. So bills still had to get paid. You know what I'm saying? Bills still had to get paid. So it was a good thing I did. But like I said, I'm trying to recoup that money. It should be recuperated by the middle of March. That it should be recouped by then. You know. So that's what I'm hoping for. Then I'll be back on my regular schedule. That I don't have to, but I'm trying to pad my money, make my money back, because the money that I paid to get my truck fixed came out the profits for my business. It didn't come out of my escrow. It didn't come out of my maintenance account. I'm trying to let that build up. Like I said, I started in the middle of November, so you're only talking about December, January. It was less than 3 months, so it's not that much money in it. I have about $1,200 in one account and a little bit over 1,400 in the other account. So that's just not enough money. So I'm just trying to let that just sit and let it build up, and then I just use the profits of the business to pay for, pay for any repairs that I have. It's just the profits for the business. It's not what I get paid that I live off of. It's just the profits of the business. So that's how that is. That's what it's going. That's what I'm doing. Trying to make it happen, man. Trying to make it happen. Trying to live the dream, man. Trying to live the life. The life in the dream. Life in the dream. It's a nice cool day in Florida. You see, I'm in t-shirts and shorts. It's about like 80 degrees, something like that. So I don't know if y'all can hear me because I had this phone stuff going on. Somebody calling. So it's a nice little day in Florida that we got going on, stuff like that. Who knows? May barbecue me some pork chops and some ribs. Have me like a little pork day. Make some macaroni and cheese, banana pudding, some baked beans, some corn on the cob. Put some corn on the cob on the grill too. Who knows? I was at my sister-in-law house for my mother-in-law birthday and stuff. My sister-in-law cooked. She threw down, y'all. Woo! She threw down. She made some desserts, strawberry cheesecake. She put cherries on like one side and strawberries just for me on the other side. Oh man, she threw down. Then she had to eat oxtails. I eat good, man. She had to eat lima beans with the meat and stuff. She threw down. I ate yesterday, boy. I ate real good. Man. I really did ate real good. But that's what's going on with me, man. Got some stuff. Some people gave me some great ideas to clean my concrete that I got. So I'm gonna try everything. So I'm gonna try one, and then I'm gonna wait and try another one, and then wait, and then try another one, and then wait. I'm trying to get it looking back like new again, and all the stuff that my truck. I've been working on my truck, and it's spilling from transmission fluid to oil fluid, radiator, coolant, and everything like that. But it was time to get rid of the truck. I didn't want to, man. I really didn't want to, man. But I was like, well, once I had to get the stuff, I had to get a new fuel pump, and just the fuel pump alone is $300. I need to get new fuel injectors, and just for the injectors alone, the spiderweb injectors alone, is $300. So that's $600 just for those parts. Then I still had to do the work. Then I had to get a whole new muffler because the muffler got blew up completely, all apart and everything. So I had to take that out. I had to get a whole new muffler and stuff for that on top of that. Then I had to get all new lines and a whole new electrical lines from the batteries and everything like that. So I'm like, man, I had to put just in parts alone probably $1,200 worth of parts. Then trying to fix it, and then with my shoulder, man, I can't do the stuff that I used to do no more. That's why I had to went on here and just sell the motorcycle and just let it go. I really ain't riding in 2 years, because I had 2 shoulder surgeries in 2 years, and I just can't handle the weight of it and things like this. Because I had a man bike. I ain't had no boy bike. I had a man bike, so it just shoulder and neck just ain't what it used to be. So I went ahead and just let that go too. But like I said, it's all good because all the money and stuff I just used for business capital to for my business. And the same thing to do it with the truck. Just use it as business capital to put inside the business to help fund the business because I'm trying to do different things with it. And I'm trying to finish it. I got a couple more stuff to do. The all the outside stuff like the engines and the air fittings and hoses and stuff, that's almost done. Okay, so I got probably like another $1,500 worth of engine and outside stuff to do to the truck before I start working on the cosmetics. So I'm almost done with that because my goal is to have this truck done by May, completely remodeled, completely then went through with everything and got everything done and stuff. So, but pretty much that. Because then after that, I work on the dash and the floors. Already got the stuff for the flooring to put down new flooring with that. And then the dash, I found a place where they make new dashboards, and that was $16.50 for a new dashboard for this truck, for the same colors and stuff like that. But I give y'all a before and after picture when I get ready to get the dash put on. So I got to put a new dash on it, probably a new steering wheel, new floors on the inside, and then that pretty much done after that. I'm pretty much good to go with the inside of the truck and the cosmetics of the truck, and then all the engine and stuff is doing great with that. And then after that, I get the truck painted. I'm gonna get Karen. She gonna get a new makeover. Karen gonna be looking good. Gonna have it painted. I showed y'all before the little spots that needed some fiberglass work done to it. Getting the new exhaust pipes put on because they are rusted and got a little hole. So I got a little exhaust leak. I tried to put a clamp over it and stuff like this, but then a new exhaust leak didn't happen too. So I'm like, man, I'm not finna keep clamping it, try to fix it. It's just so much easier to go out and get the new pipe. It's $204, another $30-something for shipping and stuff like this. So I put the exhaust pipe on. My fuel lines, I found I ain't find. It's another old fuel line that I have. It's a smaller one that I got to get replaced. It has a little air leak into it that is causing a hard start. It's causing a hard start. I really got the mesh on the pedal. That's how you prime these old N14s and things like this through the pedal. You don't have a priming pump. You just got to step on the pedal. I have to really hold the pedal down and crank it and crank it and crank it and crank it. Then it'll wind up starting. Then when I was checking it out, and then still had that old hose in it. As soon as I rubbed my fingers through it and squeezed it a little bit, it was moist, and when you smell the diesel. So I'm like, okay, it's a leak in it or a little air getting through it some kind of way that causes it. So, but that ain't much. It's probably like $30 still. Replace that. That's not a biggie. I'm gonna fix the other tank that's not connected. So when I get that fuel line, I'm gonna get the other two fuel lines for this tank, get it washed out, cleaned, and then hook it back up so I have both of my tanks working again. So that's what I'm planning on doing within the next month. So that way, the last week in April, I can have all that done and I can go ahead and get it painted. When I get it painted, that's the last thing I want done to it is paint. And then it should be ready to go. Besides tires, I'm gonna get all new drive tires put on it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get all new drive tires put on the truck as well. I may just go ahead and do tires all the way around. The tires I have, yeah, they are still good, but when I have a new driver in this truck, I want all brand new tires on it because y'all know how drivers are. They ain't out here inspecting the truck. They're not doing no pre-chips. They just starting it up and going, things like that. So, and I just keep all the tires that I have for spare tires. That's what I do. But I'll probably just go ahead and get brand new tires all the way around. So this truck is 100% ready to go for when I do put a driver in it. It's good to go. It should be no no issues and no problems with that. And then I have spare tires. And then I have spare tires for both trucks. The other truck that I'll be getting, I have spare tires for that and spare tires for this. So, and then I have 2 spare tires, steer tires and stuff like that. So at least I have spare tires to go along with it and things like that. So that's the plan. That's what I'm looking. Just working on the weekend. I'm not going to be working. I'm not trying to work on Sundays. Okay, I'm not trying to work on Sunday because that's with church. But we got this COVID stuff going on with church and stuff. So, staying away for that for a minute. So I'm staying away for that. I'm picking up these loads. So it may be a Saturday load, maybe a Sunday load. It all depends on what works with my schedule and what I'm doing, just to make the money up. And then if I don't feel like working, I'll just stay home for the weekend. Just I'll just finish taking my Friday off, finish taking my Saturday off, finish taking my Sunday off. And just don't do a load. I'm perfectly fine with doing that too, but it makes more business sense to build up myself, especially if I'm spending money getting the truck, together and ready. And who knows, I may not get the second truck in May. I may not get it because at that time, when this truck is finished, I reevaluate the situation. Sometimes your plans have to change. I want to go with a brand new truck to start my business off with, wind up paying for this truck cash and making it happen. So sometimes it may not go the way you want it to go. You just go with the flow, and then you make the best decision what's going on. Because I still have to get my own little personal truck for the business. Then I'm trying to get a slingshot of the T-Rex, trying to do all that too. So I may wait till I get that done, then go out and get the other semi truck. So I just don't have a lot of money going all over the place, because when I get the T-Rex or the slingshot, I'm gonna pay cash for it. I don't like payments. I don't want no payments on my personal vehicles and things like this. As far as payments on your business, I can do payments on the business, because payments on your business, those deductions and everything, that's all part of business. So I can do that. I can do that. I can do payments and stuff on the business stuff. So I'm fine with all that stuff like that. So but yeah, so when that happens, before I like I said, with the dash and stuff, I'll show y'all the old dash, all the stuff I had to do to keep it up. Because if you know about old Sterlings, and they dash fall apart from the heat. But just like inside my Suburban, I had a dash cover I had to put on top because it was cracked from the heat. So it got cracks and stuff all up in it that tried to glue and everything like that. But anyway, that's all. It really is. It's all cosmetics. I try to make sure that the engine in this truck is running. I can care less how it looks on the inside, but that's just me. But if I'm gonna put somebody else in here, I want to make sure it looks nice for the other person. But for me driving, I drive like this all day long. As long as they ain't causing that, they ain't falling on my feet, I can care less. I really can care less. It can have wires, which it don't, but it can have wires coming all out. I can care less. I'm making money, and I'm gonna get it fixed. It may not be in your time frame, but it could be inside my time frame. Anyway, I'm just about done getting unloaded. So, y'all be safe out there and make it do what it do.